Doing lads, J Lex here, I got my brother with me.
Doing.
Right here behind us is the Parklea jail. We've got the Parklea jail over here, and we just came out of a visit with my older brother, Will. Shout out to the brother, and we actually had a very good conversation where I thought that this is perfect timing for me to set up a camera and do a little vlog here and tell you guys a bit of a yarn, because there was a lot of life lessons we learned through these conversations. So today I'm going to explain how my first time was in Parklea when I first came here. So for those who don't know, we were getting harassed by the police ever since the music scene, knuckled down on all of the music drill groups, and then coming up to around a few years ago, we were getting tackled by a whole different set of police. So in 2023 December, they they formed up Strike Force Allister, and I'll put this link over here for you guys to see. This was an extract out of my older brother Will's brief that further explains their intentions. Strike Force Allister was formed in 2023 December, specifically designed for me and my brothers, the Nikua brothers, and our involvement in the underworld. So fast forward to now, my older brother is locked up for $6 million worth of drug importation, commercial drug supply. So he's going to be doing a little bit of time in there, but he's happy. He's doing very well. He's got a couple of the boys in there with him. He's just training in that and doing all that kind of stuff and whatnot. But to explain what happened, because a lot of people were asking me, how did I get bail? Which is actually interesting. It's an interesting topic in itself. I can't speak too much of the charges and the actual case itself until it's resolved, whether that be it go all the way to trial, they drop the charges, or they give me a plea deal. So that's how that's the main three ways on how cases get resolved here in Australia. But I can't tell you guys what happened. So I got raided. The morning I got raided by Raptor. They bring the news crew and everything. I think they were hoping to make a big scene about it, but I was already up. I was already up in the morning. For those that don't know, I'm always up early every morning to go and train, to go and walk. So by the time they came there and they were at the front, I was already at the front door ready to welcome them in. So they've come in, they're coming in, and I can see them jogging around the back and stuff, and I can see them running up to the front door. Mate, I'll open the door and I welcome them in. I open the door like this, come in. Even on my brief, I'm glad that they added in there that I actually facilitated them to come in. I'll open the door and I welcome them in. And then they still, because the news crew was behind them, they had to make a scene out of it. So they roughed me up. They grabbed me and they were like, what's your name? What's your name? And I'm thinking, you would know my name if you were here for me. You guys saw my name on the clipboard, bloody bastard. So anyways, I go, yeah, my name is James Nikua. And bang, they bring me out. They let me feed my dog. And then, yeah, we had to jerry off to the station. But this is what happened. So how it works here is pretty much anywhere else in the world, they're gonna make you guilty until you're proven innocent or otherwise. So that pretty much was my case as well. Everyone, even in the comment section, and a lot of people around me thought I was guilty, and still think I am guilty of the charges that I've been charged. We'll just see what happens. But to expand on what happened, so how it works when you get charged here is you either get bail from the police station, or they refuse your bail, and then you have to get processed through the system and go to court. And then you can either go for bail, or in some cases, if the boys know that they don't have a chance or they don't have money for a good lawyer, then they don't go for bail. Now, with my case, I kind of already have a legal team in place for years now. I was already ready for this, if anything was to happen, because of getting harassed. So I spoke a bit before on my TikTok about I lost my job as an apprentice from the police harassment. So following a lot of altercations like that, it drove me to be able to always have a legal team on hand and ready in case anything happens like this. And I was ready when this happened. Fuck, they're gonna tease me about my nose running again.
No, it's fucking cold out here, bro. You see what I'm wearing? I'm wearing a hoodie, bro.
It's weird because it's cold, but the sun is beaming on me as well. So Yeah, so, and then what happened was, where was I?
The lawyer.
Come stand on this side, I'll stand on this side.
You're talking about having a legal team on.
Yeah, so I already had a legal team involved. Now, when you have serious charges, bro, there's no chance you're gonna get bail from the cops. There's no way. There's no chance you're gonna get, I'll just tell you that off the bat. So yeah, don't even bother. So I got processed into the fish tank. They took me to the fish tank. The detectives who were on my case, they came down, asked me if I wanted to interview. I said nah. And yeah, just went through all of just went through all the ordinary stuff. And he goes to me, you know you're gonna be in for, you're gonna be in for a fair bit. And I go to him, I go to the detective, no, I'm not. And he goes, oh, you reckon they'll give you bail? And I go, yeah, they're gonna give me bail, 100%. Now, I wouldn't know at that time I was gonna get bail, but you know, like I just don't like showing my hand to the cops, especially when they think they got one on you. I'm like, brother, get out of my face. Anyways, he's like, you're gonna spend a bit of time inside. He's like, why don't you come in and give us a bit of information? We can help you out. I go, whatever. I'm not talking to you guys. You guys already know the drill. And he's like, you're gonna get processed through. And I'm like, yeah, well, process me then. Let's do it. Anyways, we get processed through. Now, I had a pretty good legal team. I had Javed Fayaz, solicitor from Parramatta. Also on top of that, also had a private barrister, AJ, who's a gun. Whoever knows AJ, a lot of the boys that I grew up with in the inner west, AJ's a proper barrister. This guy's a gun. Big props to the bloke. And then I also had a QC, Queen's Counsel, on hand just in case. I had him on call just in case. For those who don't know what a Queen's Counsel, I think now it's a KC, King's Counsel. It's not Queen's Counsel anymore. This is the highest representation of legal force that you can actually get. But you got to have big bucks behind you to be able to do that. Now, I also had $30,000 surety. So surety is what you put into your bail surety, and if they let you out on bail and you breach, then the government, they keep that, the courts, they keep that, and you get sent back to prison. And that surety is just basically, it's saying that we promise to follow all these bail conditions. So not only had a good legal team, I also had $30,000 surety. Now, you can have all these things, like, but it still wouldn't matter if they've got a strong case on you. Mind you, not a lot of boys in the system, they have this type of money and they have these type of resources. So I know that it may seem foreign to boys that don't have a lot of, you know, like, because if you didn't have a legal team like this, if I didn't have that legal team, there's no way I would be on bail right now. I'll just tell you that off the bat. It actually costs. Money it does change a lot of things in the game. Now, you can have all of this, but it still wouldn't matter if they have a strong case on you. So my case, which I can't really dwell straight into the guts, but just to tell you off the bat, it's a pretty weak case. They don't have a lot of evidence. They've been studying me for a while. As I've said before, they had a whole task force for me and my brothers, and they've been studying, they've been trying to study my involvement in anything that was going on in the underworld. And obviously they couldn't find enough, so they just had to pin me with what they had, and it proved in my court bail that it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. And I actually, when I was in the fish tank cell waiting to go up, I had already expected to get bail refused. Now, this is the type of mindset, you have to go in like that. You have to go in like that, because if you're hoping, always hoping for the best, and then the worst happens, fuck, it'll hit your guts. It'll like, you know, you'll get punished, bro. You'll punish your stomach, and your mindset will be all over the place. It's best to take everything chin on and front on, and always expect the worst case scenario. So I'd go into the fish tank, and I'm already ready to do my stretch, you know. I'm already thinking, fuck yeah, like I gotta get ready. I'm doing push-ups in my cell, doing sit-ups, even doing the good old shadow boxing in my cell. But that's the reality of what it is, bro. That's how it is, bro. You have to. So I'm down there in the fish tank. Now, they called me up to court. They go through court. You know what's funny? I don't know if this is only Australia or Sydney, but the judges, they have this thing of, they were like, they have this thing that, it's like Gordon Ramsay does on a thing, MasterChef. You know how he like makes it look like the dish is good, but then it's bad, but then it's good, but then it's bad. Yeah. And that's what the judges do, eh?
That's what they do.
I remember Ronnie's court cases, like, sometimes it seemed like you were going to get bail. Yeah. But it wasn't, eh?
Yeah, no. I got refused three times, I think. So it was the first time I went in, is Silverwater. So Silverwater, and then I think the second time was Parklea, which was here.
Yeah.
And then the third time was Supreme Court bail. I got with that one was like a big slap to the face. Because everyone G'd me up, bro. All the boys.
I was G'ing him up too, bro. My bad, lad. My bad.
Yeah, all the boys in the yard were saying, bro, it's your first time in jail, this and that, blah, blah, blah. You know, I've got worse charges than you, blah. I know some boys, bro. I got G'd up to the max, bro. I got G'd up to the point where I started packing up my buy-ups and my belongings. You know, I started giving away all my food and shit.
Fuck, lad.
Bro,
you poor cunt, lad. You poor cunt.
Lad, and I came back and then the boys were like, what happened? And I was like, bro. I just looked down, bro. They knew exactly what happened, bro. It was the fucking worst day of my life, bro. But then, yeah, that's when all that you know, that stretch and what Jay was just talking about, that's when it just drilled into me, that point then on forward.
Yeah.
That's when I just really tuned in, I programmed myself to you know, be able to withstand a long stretch. So I started training and, you know, eating healthy, didn't touch any drugs, blah, blah, blah. You know, fuck, became pretty normal, bro, like a routine in jail, so.
Yeah. No, big props, bro, because this cunt was his first time inside. He done 2 years. That was his first charge. Yeah. Done 2 years straight in the main, in the big boys. But bro, that's gonna be a whole different vlog because, fuck, lad, like this guy's story, he needs his own whole separate vlog, brother. Let me tell my story, brother. I'll get out of here. And then, what do you call it? So what happened was, where was I up to, Ronnie?
Fuck no.
Inside. Now, let me explain the reality of it. So I ended up getting bail, but like the judge done this thing where he's explaining, like my barrister was saying, oh yeah, it's a weak case, you know, Your Honor. So they raided me in December 2023. That's when they formed up Strike Force Allister, but they only arrested me in July 2024. So that would play a big part. My barrister was like, bro, like, you telling me that it took you guys like 6 months and this is what you guys came up with? You guys came up with this? And Your Honor, there is like, there's nothing here. You can see that they're just scraping at the bottom of the barrel. Now, the judge, he gave me, this judge, bro, he's like, I would actually argue that it's actually a strong case. And, you know, and then he's just going through all these things, blah, blah, blah. But I also run businesses outside here as well, so that would factor in as well. So I got workers on a payroll and I'm doing a lot of things out here during this time as well. So a lot of you boys that are saying, oh, I would never get bail. Guess what? You would never get bail, brother, because you're not me. We all have different lives and you're not doing the same. You're not running 3-4 businesses out here. You don't have 22 workers on your payroll, brother. So relax, bro. Bro, like it shocks me. It shocks me that a lot of boys are worried about, oh, how did he get bail? Brother, like, be a man, bro. Don't worry about how other people are getting bail, bro. Feed your kids, bro. Bro, like, make a business or something, bro. The amount of grown men online worried about if someone snitched or how did he get bail is absolutely treacherous, bro. Is that a word, lad? Don't look that up. Now, what I was gonna say was, the reality is, after I got bail, the guy next to me in the fish tank, guess what he got done for? He got done for a BB gun. So if you don't know, BB guns are illegal in Australia. You're not allowed to have BB guns. So he's sitting there, I just got bail, he got bail refused. And I got bail. And like, he's like, lad, how did you get bail? And then I was just like, I don't know. But then I told him, like, I got a legal team and I got all my stuff behind me. Like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Because he was with legal aid. Of course, you're gonna get done. You're not gonna get bail if you're with legal aid. Because guess what? Legal aid and the prosecutors, they have the same lunchroom. They eat lunch together. They laugh together. So they both, after you got bail refused, they go in there and they'll be like, oh, look at this banana. He thought he was gonna get bail. They all eat together, so you need to, if you're gonna be a gangster and you're gonna be in the game, which I advise you not to, you have to have money behind you. Otherwise, you're gonna be like all these other bananas in the comment section worrying about how someone else got bail. It's because, bro, money plays a big part.
Yeah.
Now, got bail. Anyways, as I got bail, so it takes time for the surety to go in. That would be the last thing. They have to process the surety through the court system before they actually let me go. Now this would take hours, and we were already, like, we've already gone like in the PMs. We're in 3 PM when I got bail now. So they have to take me. They got to take me to the prisons. So I'm in the bus, and I was in the bus with one of the Cabra, the agents from Cabra. He's a good cunt, bro. I know a lot of the agents from Cabra, good boys. He got done for something pretty bad. And he just got out, actually. He just got out, and he messaged me last night, and I had a good yarn with him. But yeah, he's like, hey, remember me from the bus? And I'm like, yeah, I told you I was getting out. I told you I was getting out on bail. Now, I'm on my way to Silverwater, which is Silverwater where they try to put you in first, eh?
Yeah. Usually Silverwater or Parklea.
Or Parklea.
Yeah, it's one of those two, but the main one would be Silverwater. That's where I got transferred to straight away from Ambalora or something. Yeah,
Ambalora.
Yeah, so Ambalora is like it's like a starting station before you get processed anywhere else. It's Ambalora and Surrey Hills. Those are the starting process where they decide which jail you're going to go to, either Silverwater or Parklea.
Yeah.
And from there, that's when they decide where your bed placement's going to be.
Yeah.
Tip to. So, yeah, that's how the whole process starts.
And so, as I'm getting processed, we're on the bus on the way to Silverwater. Now, one thing you got to know about when you first get processed, bro, there's a lot of waiting. Yeah. You're waiting to get into a bus, you get in the bus, and then you're waiting to get out, and then you go to another waiting cell to go to another waiting cell to go to another waiting cell. It can take hours and hours of waiting cells to waiting cells. So we took a bus and we went all the way to Silverwater. But guess what, lad? We were in the bus for like half an hour. Yeah. He comes back, he takes us out into a cell, and then we're in the cell for like an hour, and then the guy comes back and he goes, you guys are getting back in the bus. And we're like, why? And guess why, lad? We had to move to Parklea because Silverwater was too packed.
Yeah.
So they processed like 5 of the boys stayed there, and then the rest of us, we had to jump back on the bus to go to Parklea. Now I'm on my way to Parklea now, over here. So I'm in the bus again with Parklea now. Now I'm in the bus with someone else, some Koori fella. He was a good cunt as well. And both boys, the guy from Cabra and the Koori fella, knew me from the music scene. And they were like, yeah, we had good yarns in the bus. Anyways, I come here to Parklea. Like I said, there's a lot of waiting. There's a lot of waiting, bro. So you get here, you wait in the bus for like another 20 minutes. They get you out of the bus. They put you into a waiting cell just to go to another waiting cell. You're in a waiting cell, like I was in a little cubicle, a small one. I'm sitting there and I'm getting ready. As I'm sitting there, I'm doing dips on the bench. I'm still doing my shadow boxing. And then they take me out just to go to another waiting bay. Where they process your information. They scale you, they check your height, they do your, they sign you in at the reception. Now when they sign you in, they also get your sizing for your green clothes and stuff, and I didn't have any, my size wasn't there at the time, so I was looking all baggy and shit, which is all good, I didn't mind. And then we went to another waiting cell, which is where all of the boys that come from court or AVO or anywhere, they all get held in this reception waiting bay cell block. So I'm walking through and I can see all the boys, and most of the boys from Parklea. You got a lot of the boys from the area from here, a lot of the lebos that I know as well from Greenacre and Punch Bowl, Bankstown. So the boys were all banging on the cell as I'm walking down the lane. I had a few of the boys, hey, is that you, J Lex? Doing lad. As I'm walking through the aisle, and then the sweeper is a mad cunt. He had like, he was giving us oranges and coffees. The coffees in there, fuck, they hit different, eh?
Yeah, they hit different.
Bro, the sweeper will give us coffees, and now I understand because my brothers used to always talk about the coffees inside. The coffees are actually cracker.
Yeah, the coffees, but you'll hear boys singing out for coffees every second minute, and you won't understand until you're in there, like waiting in the holding cells, especially waiting for ages. You know that the caffeine is gonna keep you, pacing around. Is it sugar? It's sweetener, eh? Yeah, it's the sweetener. So that's how I first got to learn about sweeteners, artificial sweeteners, and all those other good stuff, like stevia and all that. But I've already explained about stuff like that on my page. But basically, yeah, sweeteners, they're like alternatives to real sugar.
Yeah. Let me see if I put you guys over here so you can get us in the actual sun. Yeah, wow. Yeah, that's much better.
But yeah, the coffees are.
Come on, this side. Yeah, so now I'm in the where am I? I'm in the waiting cell block with all the AVL boys, and they're giving coffees. Now this was around dinner time, so now I've gotten arrested all the way at 6 a.m. in the morning, and now we're talking about it's dinner time, like it's around 6 p.m., 7 p.m. That's how long the process takes for you, and I still haven't got to my bed yet. I still haven't even got to my bed yet. We're still in the waiting bay, the waiting cells. Now, I was in there with a few of the lads, and I noticed one of the boys that was sitting down next to me, Islander. Now, I explained to you guys before on my intuitions on like when it comes to prison and stuff, especially if there's islanders in any cell or any yard, I like to go up to them first, introduce myself and find out who they are first, because it's better to get everything out of the way, you know, in the beginning anyway, you know, just in case there's any, you know, you might know this person or they might know you. The course of the next 24 hours will be dependent on how that first interaction is. So anyways, I'm there in the waiting block. There's about 6 of us, and I see this, there's an Islander, but he's just in like sitting down, and he knew the other boys that I was there with, but I didn't know anyone. He knew a couple of the other boys he's sitting there with. Anyways, I'm waiting, I'm standing there, and I'm looking at him, and then the guard comes with our dinner to put it through, but he's calling our names one by one to give our clothes. And then he calls him first, but he was calling all of us by our last name, and he goes, Taufahema. And then the bloke went and go, oh, Taufahema. He came back and sat down, and I walked up to him, and I go, Togo, Taufahema. And he looked up, and it was Philly Taufahema. So I got processed together with Philly Taufahema, one of the older Taufahema boys. That last name needs no introduction. If you know, you know. That like they got a whole story and about their family, and they have a notorious last name here, especially in the Islander community from the inner west per se. I grew up with one of the younger brothers, Stanley, gentlemen. All the brothers, they're all gentlemen. I still have a core memory of going to their house when I was young after school, close by Regent's Park, and the older brother used to always bring us Maccas for me, Stanley, and all the boys, and yeah, got core memory, but I don't want to get too much into that. All I can say is those boys, good boys, man, gentlemen, and they're proper boys. So yeah, anyways, I was there with Philly Sione, shook hands, and we were having a bit of a yarn, because I'm really close with his brothers, Koei, Toa, so his brother Anfi's Koei, I'm really close to him as well. So yeah, we were catching up on the side, and then they bring our clothes and stuff. And then they bring our dinner, which was pasta. You ever seen that?
Yeah.
It's like a little plate of cold pasta, pita bread,
Yeah.
and
It's got like I think it's got, some of them have like mixed veggies in it too.
yeah, that's the one.
It's like cold and
That's it,
stale.
lad. Yuck.
That would probably be like the top worst jail dinners in my experience. The cold pasta.
Yeah.
If you didn't have a Breville to heat it up, or some kind of.
Oh, is that what the Breville is known for?
Yeah. The
Okay.
Breville was known
To heat up the pasta. Okay.
So yeah, straight away off the bat, if you didn't have a Breville, you're already like on the low spectrum of poor food.
You're in the dumb spectrum.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyways, we're eating this cold pasta. Now, what I noticed when I was in this cell, and this would be one of the lessons from this whole vlog, there was a young lad, he's 19 years old, Aussie fella. He had a mullet, he had all the looks. He looks like a lot of the young boys I always see now at the station, at the park, at the parties, at the club. He had that mullet. He had that mullet looking ratty on the top. He had like a nice little tattoos, had his TNs on, and like he pretty much looks like all the young fellas I see now. Brother, I don't even remember this bloke's name, but I will never forget how I felt when I saw him, because he was shivering in his boots. Now, poor cunt, he told me that he got done for, I think it was a couple robberies, he said, and B&Es and stuff. But see, his boys weren't there. And that's what you need to know, that like your family and your boys aren't going to be spending that time, brother. It will be you. You're going to be eating that cold pasta with no breville. You're going to be in that cell with all these strange men that you don't recognize. It's going to be you. And while he wasn't crying, he was on the verge of, and I could tell when I was speaking to him, he just kept saying, I'm not meant to be here, you know? He kept saying, oh, fuck, you know, lad, I'm not meant to be here. I'm taking the rap, lad, I'm taking the rap. And he was in fucking, like, I could feel how he could feel as he's telling me, you know? Because he's like, bro, I'm not meant to be here, man. I'm not meant to be here. And I remember, and I was just trying to make him laugh, you know, lad? Like, that's what I do. Everywhere I go, prison, outside, I'm always just trying to make people laugh and, like, just see past it. And then, because this bloke was pretty skinny, so I gave him my food. I'm like, yeah, you want my food? And he goes, nah, I don't want it. I'm like, look at it, look at you, bro, you need it, bro, look at you, you're a twig. But I'm saying it in a joking manner, and then he starts laughing, and we're laughing together. And then he's eating my pasta, and I also gave him my orange as well. He didn't want it, so I peeled it, and I halved it with him. And I sat there speaking with him. Now, after all of this is happening, they pick us up and they're taking us towards our block. They finally decided which block that we're going to. And I was trying to get into the cell block of the other Lebos that I saw, because they said that some of the boys from the area is on cell block. I can't even remember what the names of the blocks. Is it area 6 or something?
Yeah. It's by numbers. Area 6.
There's like different, and even in area 6 there's different pods, eh?
Yeah.
So I remember him saying, come to something 6. And I said, yeah, as if like it's my choice. I'm like, yeah, I will. But then the guard goes, nah, he sent me and Philly to a different pod. Me and Philly ended up going to a different pod, but we went to the same pod that Sweeper was in, and he's a mad cunt, that Sweeper. So they finally took us to our pods. They took us to our rooms, and oh no, this is what happened. We hadn't gone to our room yet. They took us to this place where the nurses are. Like, it's where the nurses are. It's like a Segro, I think. It's a place where, like, there's a big glass door, and you open it. No, you open the door, and then there's another glass door. And then inside that door is just a bed and a toilet and a sink. What's that? Is that a Segro?
No, it would have been a some type of waiting source.
And there was a window, so it looked It looked really chat. So I think they hadn't decided yet what pod they were going to send us to. So
yeah, they would have kept me in some waiting source.
Yeah. So they've taken me to go spend the night in this bloody place. So here's a door. You open the door, and then there's another big glass door. You open that other glass door to get into the cell. So now I'm in the cell, and I spent my night there. Woke up in the morning. I remember that night it was a bit sleepless for me, because I was just working out all night, doing sit-ups and stuff. I tired out my body so I'll be able to sleep with all the anxiety in my head. I just tired myself out so I can be able to sleep. So I went to sleep, got up in the morning. They came and gave me cornflakes. Fuck, I've never tasted such shit breakfast in my life, bro. They gave me cornflakes and coffee and that. I think toast as well. Was it toast? I can't remember.
I can give you toast, but I think cornflakes is the main one.
Fuck, and they're pretty stingy on the butter and stuff as well, lad.
Yeah, fuck, it's bad, bro.
They're stingy on all that stuff. So anyways, and then in the morning, then they would take us to our allocated cell block. And then I went to the same cell block as Philly. We both went to the same pod. Now, as we're going in, the guard that's taking me, Samoan fella, big fella, bro, but this guy had a heart of gold, man. If anyone can find out who this guard is, please reach out to me and tell me who he is and where he is. I'd love to make contact with him. Anyway, so this guy he knew who I was when he was walking me to my pod, and he's just saying, how's the musicals? And I'm like, oh, I don't know, bro, I think it's coming to an end, bro. I don't think it's something that I'm going to pursue when I get out, if I get out. And he's like, Ush, you already got bail. We're just waiting for your paperwork to be processed, your surety, the 30,000 surety. So anyways, he's walking me to my cell block, and we're just having a good yarn together. We're talking about, you know, life in general. And then as we get to the cell block, I see all the other boys getting processed together. We all got our rubbish bags, and is a big cell block, and then he's just putting all the boys in the rooms one by one. Now I was at the back of the line. He's putting all the boys, putting the boys, because when you first get into a block, I think they segregate you for like, what, 24 hours or something. So there's some boys out in the open, like in the rec area, and they're just staring at us, yeah? And so I'm walking in, I'm keeping my eyes straight because everyone is staring at us. I just had a quick glance. I'm looking over and I just can't wait. I just focusing on getting all my shit into my cell first before I go meet everyone. So he's putting everyone in the block, in the rooms one by one, bang, bang, bang. And then as he goes to put me in, he left my door open, this sick cunt. He goes to close my door and he goes, "Us, you can come chill out with the boys if you want. Come meet the boys," which I found it very, heartwarming. And that's what I wanted to do. My first intention was to go meet, that's the first thing I thought, I need to go meet every Islander I see and then I'll go meet everyone else. So I met a couple Islander boys in there, but yeah, everything was all good. I didn't know who they were, but they were good lads. They were playing cards. I came out, you had a crew working out, then there was a crew like sitting down playing cards. You had a UE boom speaker as well, playing music in the back. So yeah, I've come up and I shake hands with the boys, introduce myself to the boys. Now one of the Islanders, this sweeper, sick as cunt, bro, he hooked me up with migraine noodles and all this stuff when I first got in there. And I promised to write to him when I came out, which I did, but I don't know if he ever got it, or maybe he got bail. If you're watching this also, please reach out to me also. I'd love to give you a gift, doggo. If you're watching this, please reach out to me. I remember I wrote a letter to you also, but I didn't get it back. So I'm guessing, because I remember you saying you were due to go court. I wrote a letter to you as soon as I got out. I kept my word, mums. But yeah, anyways, he hooked me up with migraine noodles and all this stuff. And yeah, we're going by the day. I went back to my cell, and you know what I didn't realize? A lot of prison is lying down on your bed, lad. Yeah. It's a lot of pacing up and down. Like, yeah, you play cards and do stuff, but majority of the time you're lying down in your bed. I met the boys and stayed out for like an hour, and then I went back to my room and just lied down. After I sorted out all my noodles and my sandwiches and my wraps, old mate that also I met, he gave me all these wraps and sandwiches. Fucking mad cunt, bro. And he told me to just save this for a rainy day. Guess what? That was a rainy day for me. I ate everything. I ate everything, even the porridge packets. He's like, save this for a rainy day. I'm like, brother, it's raining today, brother. Started tearing all the packets and started eating it.
There's little wraps. There's plastic.
Yeah, he had all these sandwiches, even the little oat wraps, the little oat packets.
Fuck, those ones are mad, bro.
Yeah, and
especially when you bevel it and you taste it. Ooh.
Yeah, and so yeah, and then now, as I'm in there now, you know what was mad? Like, I'm in there myself, we're waiting for nighttime. It's coming close to nighttime. Lad, listen to this, lad. Wait, before I go ahead, as I'm out, see how they locked most of the other boys in, but he let me out. I went and spoke to a lot of the boys through their window, and man, it broke my heart, because I met a lot of boys. Even through the course of a 5-minute conversation, you can almost tell who a man is in his circumstances. I met a lot of guys there that they're trying to get on the right path, but they're struggling with getting that front foot forward, because once you're in the system here, you're most likely going to be in the system again unless you find a way to break out of it, and it's hard, So I met a lot of guys there. One of the boys were even tearing out. I met one of the older Aussie fellas, and he had a daughter that it was her birthday the next day, and I can remember his words were so heartfelt, and he told me, if you get out of here, brother, and you have kids, please don't ever come back again. And I soaked all of this into me as well, because I already knew I was getting bail at this time. Now, fast forward on, it's getting to nighttime, and one of the boys came and gave me a TV, that same Samoan sweeper. He came and gave me a TV, and I'm watching, what was it, Deal or No Deal, I think. And I'm full into it as well. I'm sitting there, I'm like, deal. Anyways, one of the boys screams out to change the channel. So we changed the channel to, I think it was channel 9. And then I was on the news. All the boys are watching me on the news, and I can hear the boys like banging on the door. J-Lex. And they were playing me on the news. Look how funny this is. They were playing me on the news, painting me to be this person. All over the news. As soon as a news article finished, you can ask the boys that were in there. As soon as a news article finished, I hear the door unlock. And it's the Samoan also, and he goes, also grab your stuff. And I was like, yeah, fucking ooze. And then I get up, and I told the also to just grab all my stuff. I left it in the room for him. So I left everything behind for him to take. And then, yeah, so as I'm walking out, we're just talking, and I'm waving at all the boys. I'm waving at all the boys, and one of the boys told me to hit up his brother, which I did when I got out. So yeah, I'm waving at the boys, and he's like, oh, write to my brother, talk to my brother. Yeah, I will, lad, mums. Anyways, I'm saying bye to all the boys, and then this is that video that you guys see with me, with my missus running up to me and jumping on me. I walked, it's right over there, that pathway is over there where I'm walking out, and then she runs and she jumps onto me. Now that you guys know the story, let's round it back up to the message of what this whole thing is about. Drugs. My brother inside there, Will, had explained to me that a lot of the boys were good lads that he's inside with, but because they were on ice, one day they'll be laughing with each other, and then he said, what did he say?
They will turn on each other and start stabbing each other or punching on.
The next day, they're outside of the room stabbing each other, punching on, because they're on ice, and they're on all these things. And it's a shame to see our people, not only Islanders, anyone in general, like, as a man, we need to sharpen each other. You know, we need to be here for each other and stop advocating, stop inciting when boys are drinking and they're on drugs, and you say, yeah, fucking oath, lad, Eshay, don't do that shit, bro, because you're being a part of that issue. You're becoming a part of that problem, making it look cool to take drugs and cool to take alcohol, cool to gamble and that. If I said, bro, don't be in those comment sections of those gambling, you know, I respect the hustle, you know, everyone's got to make $1 someday, but don't incite it, bro. Don't incite it. Get on a good path, lad. Seek God. You got to seek God. God will have the answer for everything, my brother. Mums. And so one thing I'll let you guys know now, that what we're doing now, the way we're pushing pros and cons and everything, we're doing so much more than just pros and cons behind the scene. You guys will be absolutely shocked if you guys found out exactly what we're doing. The reason why I haven't come out in public yet and told everyone exactly the company and the business and the things I'm actually doing is for the safety of my workers and my businesses. I don't know if a lot of you know, but I've seen an article of Spanion's truck getting blown up. Now, I don't have a lot of enemies here in Sydney, but at the same time, I'm not going to put that to the test just for what? Just for some content. Like, I'm going to risk all of my workers' lives and stuff. Maybe in the future, if I reach a stage where I find a safe way to tell everyone and promote it, then I will. But at this very moment, all I'm going to say is that we're blessed. We're blessed, but we're also meeting God halfway. We're putting in the yards. We're not partying. We're all sober. We're not drinking and all that type of stuff. Now, we couldn't do any of this stuff if we were on the drugs. And I'll give you an example. There's a lot of big underworld figures that they're sober. And when you know that someone is sober, even for me, I'm on guard when I know someone is sober, because as soon as I meet someone that's sober, then I know, fuck, this guy's like me. He's on the ball. He's sharp. You know, you can't. Especially prison is ruled by drugs. Whoever's got drugs, they rule the prisons. Now, if you have one person there that's sober, who do you think he is? He's going to be the person that is able to see what's going on. He's not a spinner. He can see what's going on, and he can be able to get involved in the drug trade. But all I'm going to say is, overall, don't get into drugs, because it is never a happy ending, isn't it, lad? Anyways, we'll wrap this up. Ronnie, do you have any lessons for anyone?
Yeah, just stay off the drugs, man. Even if you're not in prison, it's the best advice. Just to keep a sober life and stay positive. You know, don't try and follow all these other, everything that's going on social media.
I get that it's hard. Life is hard, lad.
Yeah.
I get that. You know, sometimes you have an argument with your missus, or you have a hard day at work, but brother, toughen up. You know, This is life, my brother. This is why we're men and they're women. Let them deal with their feelings, like they need to go get dessert and stuff, because it's a feminine thing, brother. You know, us as men, we need to be stoic in our nature and what we do, lad. The women need to see us and know that they can rely on us, because we're stoic in our nature. We don't shake because we feel a bit I feel a bit sad today. My brother, I'm saying this out of love. Please do not turn to the drugs. And I know it's going to be hard for the first couple of weeks, for the first month, but once you surpass that, you will become, I promise you, you'll be proud of yourself, and you will become a strong pillar for all of your family and your friends around you. And also seek God, because nothing is possible without God. Amen. Now we're going to wrap this up. I can go on for days. The next one, I'll talk a little bit more about the prison gangs and notorious members that I ran into during my time in prison and in the street. Love, blessings, lad. I love you all. Be safe and stay tuned. We'll see you guys on the next one. Victim to responsibilities that force kids into manhood. But all my peers that finished years disappeared, and I'm coming back and working for a drop kick. Yeah. Ready?
Are we jumping first or just going down?
Go down. Ready? Go.
Leave us stress from the world outside. Every wrong will be alright. Nothing but peace, love, a street passion. Every like ghetto needs a thug man.
God we trust. In laws could never follow. All my prayers only ask for a promise to see tomorrow, so I give thanks. Dawn, just have a break. For what God gives, He can always come back and take. This is Sydney.